3, 2, 1.
Woo! Woo! Woo!
Oh, Joe!
Oh,
Oh, my God. Kitchen table and the computer just shook.
It is,
No one was mad that you cut the whole... You can go anywhere.
What do I do with that?
Yeah, and the Macho Madness and the Hulkamania.
On top of that, you're the best wrestler of all time. So I absolutely adore you.
For being the cream of the crop, yeah.
Let's go!
Fucking idiot, you have no idea what you're fucking talking about. God. They were saying Sony apparently said that the PlayStation 5... You fucking suckers! Is that the end of it?
Or every pixel of the game engine into the face. Can't say
That Dallas. What did I... You know, when that's like part of my Christmas...
Hi guys, welcome back to the Break Room Podcast. I'd like to thank you all for entering our nightly upload. We're going to kick it over to Rob, who's going to tell us about his trip and his excursion, all about his experience this week. Rob, how was your experience?
Oh, it was great. You know, I've had a lot of crazy shit going on. Went to the Feast of Lady Mount Carmel in Williamsburg, Brooklyn. Like, you know, had that whole excursion.
Brooklyn. Yeah, the Zeps.
I bumped into fucking Cool
Guys, if we could
over
not
there.
just talk over each other today, thank you.
It's nice.
Got to
Make
be
me throw my
mindful
nap.
of each other's
Help!
feelings.
If we can connect later, we'll talk about it.
This is the Off the Rails podcast.
You have a
3 minutes in. I bumped into Cooj over there in Williamsburg.
Oh,
and
that's
I
right.
bumped into
Cooj.
the
Who's-
growing up Italian guys,
How you doing?
Sabino and all them.
doing?
That's funny because their grandmother
sister's-
is actually
Oh,
friends with my family and stuff, and I have pictures with his grandmother from back in the 90s, and I used to think when I was a little kid that she was Stregonona from the book. You know, the grandma witch that used to have the pasta pot that she'd make the pasta with Big Anthony. It took me right back. But, yeah, so our family knows their family for a very long time, and it was funny to, you know, bump into them over there. And then they have actually a mini version just like that feast over in Massapequa.
Massapequa.
It's running every night until the 4th. It's only 4 days. It started last night. And they also, on Sunday, will dance a Ogidio, you know, the big statue, Italian thing. It's a...
Where's his crown?
Yeah, exactly. It's a tradition brought over from Nola, Italy. And that's not where my family's from, but my great-grandfather was, you know, lived in Greenpoint, you know, back in the day. And he was actually a business owner, so... you know, he knew the neighborhood well, and he was part of all those associations and all that shit. So he used to be
The
part
association?
of the feast. Yeah, it's nice.
Mink.
I don't know what you're talking
The
about.
Kono Society and all that, because Tajano and yeah,
Ancient Order of Hibernians.
Both sides of my family from Greenpoint, so that's why it was like, you know,
Sons of
I love
Columbus.
going to those. And of course, I had to get you know, I brought them for the show. I brought some Zeps from the feast in
the homeland.
Massapequa. And yeah, you know, I in fact at that feast I actually just bumped into that little mozzarella guy, and I goes, "I don't."
Yeah, that's hilarious. That, I mean, first that you didn't really know who that was.
I didn't know who he was, so I mean I know I don't know the
offense.
name. I
That
know
just
I know
shows-
like the catchphrase and shit, but I'm not going.
You're not
names. I've
active
never
on the
been.
internet in the way
I'm
people
really
would think.
not. I'm really not. I'm like a fucking shut-in. I'm sitting there watching My Hero Academia instead of fucking, you know, keeping up with the trends and shit. I couldn't name one song.
Thanks,
that
Rob.
came
That's
out this year.
fascinating stuff.
Yeah, it's
I'd like
great.
to connect with you later. That way we can position it a little bit more.
Help.
I'd like to circle back with you later. Right now, we're going to kick it over to Chris. Chris, why don't you tell us what's on the agenda today?
I want to be mindful because I know a lot of you in the audience want to discuss a lot of things. We've got a lot of people watching here today.
Just make
and,
sure we're all aligned, Christopher.
We just want to make sure that everybody is comfortable. And first of all, for those of you that are watching, thank you. And are you safe? But tonight we're gonna be talking about House of the Dragon, and that's all I really care about talking
This
about.
fucking
We
guy.
wanna
The
talk
whole,
about a
we're just
couple
gonna
of
hijack
things.
the whole show.
House of the Dragon, you the fucking hammer.
We've got Robert Downey Jr. as Doctor Doom. Deadpool, Wolverine just came out.
Unclap
What else
the
have we got?
Marvel.
Oh, listen.
If we could just piggyback off for a minute, the Marvel thing, I'd love to hear all of your opinions about Deadpool Wolverine. That was the big deal this week.
It was
I
nice.
didn't see it.
Chris
you
didn't-
see it?
Chris didn't
Didn't
fucking
see
see it.
All right, Rob, let's kick it over to you to tell the crowd how we feel about Deadpool Wolverine. How would you rate it? What would you feel about it? And overall, what was your experience?
He said, I'm not safe.
It's honestly the best time I've had at a Marvel movie since fucking probably Endgame. You know,
Yeah?
I would say that
Different kind of fun, though.
it's a different kind of fun because I absolutely love Deadpool. I love the character. I love those movies. I think Ryan Reynolds fucking kills it, and they always hit you with the jokes you don't expect to hear. And we also, you know, I mean, it's gonna be spoilers because it's been out for a little bit, you know. So I don't feel so bad now.
Rob, please, this is a safe place.
Like I like that he was like mentioning like Batman and shit because he said that Wolverine was like Batman, but he can turn his neck. Like it's fun that we can hear DC references in a fucking Disney production.
That shithouse down the block.
Because it's not the first time we've heard a reference to a DC character in a Marvel movie. Because if you go back to Sam Raimi's original Spider-Man movie, Aunt May does say, "You're not Superman," you know. So it's kind of funny that they kind of made another reference to DC, or the distinguished competition, as Stan Lee used to call them.
Did you catch the Stan Lee reference in the movie?
Which one?
There's only one. He's on the bus. He's on the side of the bus when Deadpool is killing the other 100 Deadpools.
Oh no, I didn't notice.
Spoiler.
One clap for Deadpool.
Hey.
Yeah, they just dropped him once. That was it. That was in the whole movie.
Oh my god.
What do you rate it?
That's not.
I mean,
a
it's
spoiler.
hard to say 10 because, like, you know, like what's a 10? But I as far as Marvel, you know, movies go, and as far as superhero movies go, 9.8.
Wow.
Really? It's up there for me. I really enjoyed that movie.
Wow.
It's not a 10 because nothing's gonna really hit a 10.
Wow.
Because what I would put a 9.9 for
So
myself,
interesting.
what
So interesting.
what would outrank that, and what still outranks all of them for some reason for me personally, is the original Tom Jane Punisher. That's my
like off the-
favorite
Here we go.
Marvel
We know what he's
movie.
gonna say next.
Kevin Nash really gets stabbed in that
Give
movie.
him, give him.
He's
see
supposed
that.
to be dead.
There it is. I knew it was coming. He's setting it up for that.
Honestly, to this day, I saw that in the movie theaters with my Aunt Sue, and it's a fun experience because they actually gave us reissues of the first appearance Punisher comics when we went to the theater. So I have a couple of those floating around somewhere.
Thanks for sharing,
Thank you
Rob.
for sharing.
I'd like to
Nice.
give it over to Vin. And Vin, what was your position on that? Tell us about your experience with Deadpool Wolverine.
Well, I had to leave my inhibitions at the door because there was some offensive content in the show and the movie.
This
and
is
I
a safe
feel-
space,
I
Vincent.
just want to share that it was people may be offended by the amount of fucks and not giving a shit that the movie actually, crotch grabs and ass slaps and
Just
fucks.
fuck it, Vincent.
Let me-
Just go with your feelings.
118 fucks in the
If
movie.
I may ask,
Ask.
did it achieve expectations, or did it exceed expectations?
Listen, exceeds expectations is
Nobody
virtually
nobody
unreachable.
gets that anymore.
So I just want to say
I know you
that
used to get
can't-
it, but you
a
don't get it
movie
anymore.
Can't exceed expectations in reality.
Hi, can I piggyback off of that? Ambiguity.
What questions do you have for me, Vin?
Jesus. I'll just finish off with this is the first time we got to see Wolverine in the yellow suit. So that's
One clap for the yellow suit.
fantastic as shit. That was a fun movie. You got to go in with an open mind because it was definitely not the it wasn't Endgame and it didn't accomplish something trying to exceed the universe that it built before. No, it was fun. It was I call it like Marvel's Van Wilder. That was like my best way to sum up that movie. 'Cause
I love that.
it's pure Ryan Reynolds and
Love that.
you get to unleash Hugh Jackman in a way that I feel like we only heard Hugh Jackman curse in Logan, so they really got to take it to the next level.
Fucking love
when
that.
he tore
Fucking
Deadpool
love
a
that.
new asshole in the car.
Oh, he just absolutely annihilates him,
Bro.
calls him mouth.
That was honestly one of the greatest fucking rants I've seen in a movie
Storage.
ever.
Vince, we'd love to hear your position on an actual score. What would you rate it? Like Christopher said, did it exceed or did it achieve your expectations?
So my expectations were high, so to exceed them would have been virtually impossible.
If it was gonna get a yearly raise, how much would it be?
It would be about 3%.
On a scale of $1, $0,
25 cents.
to $3, because you don't get more than $3. What would you? If 3 was the max for the raise,
we would
what would
go
it
with
get?
$1.75.
And that's really good.
exciting.
That's actually
That's
really
one of the highest ones we've given.
That's really good. Yeah.
Well-
Nobody gets.
Nobody gets that.
Nobody
Nobody
gets that.
gets $1.75.
put
So
that there?
I've never seen that before.
Never
I
seen
just
it.
want to tell you, I've never seen that before. So $1.75 for Deadpool Wolverine. You should go see it. I saw it twice already.
Wow.
Yeah.
Christopher, I'd like to kick it over to you now. Since you heard their positions on the movie, does it entice you anymore to go ahead and watch it?
Well, I want to be mindful about what I say because I know that there are a lot of 8 people watching right now, and
This is a safe
I'm
space,
also
Christopher.
getting covered by text. Anyway, so I'm just getting plastered by little Joe.
One
But,
clap for Little Joe.
Here we go. Oh, let's see. I keep missing the clap. That's why
I'm not
laugh.
ready for it.
I'm
Help.
never ready for
I'm
the.
so ready
you
for
guys
that.
keep. You're like synchronized, and I can't even. I'm like delayed. I don't even try.
Vin's well, that's because we're the ones that smoke.
This is a real life experiment. You want to make sure that you did not. Why is the text just fucking flying over me like that? I
Help!
don't understand. I might go see it alone. And that's okay.
It's a sin.
No, I don't know. I've like developed. I kind of like now like going and seeing a movie alone. I
This
don't
is-
wanna-
always
I don't
went to
want
go
to
see
go with
movies
anyone.
alone.
This
know,
is a
always.
judge-free zone, Christopher.
Yeah, it's okay to go to the movies alone and cry because nobody can see you because you're paying attention to the movie.
Nice.
But no, I mean, I saw a couple of scenes, obviously the internet already, everything. I saw like,
things on the
I
internet.
saw there was a universe where it was like a cartoon. Wow. Cartoon.
Yeah.
We wanna give
we're
you
watching
an-
something on TV right now that is
Quite distracting.
HR.
Holy
Jesus Christ.
We want to give you a diverse opinion and make sure you have an opportunity.
I saw that there was a picture, and it was like a cartoon accurate version of Wolverine, and he was like fucking like really short.
Oh,
he
that
had,
shit
he
was
had
was.
the hair going in the direction. I thought that was pretty funny.
And big spoiler, fucking Cavill Wolverine was fucking awesome.
Yeah.
One clap for
Cavalry.
Calvo Wolverine.
Jeez.
See, I got it that time. See,
not even
nice.
I got my hand on
you
the
have to
switch.
dial in and
I got my hand on the switch over here the whole time. So
Do you need to step off the floor for a minute?
yeah. It's okay. You can step off the
Chris, I have
floor
some
and cry in the
feedback for
hallway.
you.
Just make sure that when you come back, Susan is over at A2 waiting for you.
Yes. Been waiting too.
Oh my God, we got a lot of passive aggressive pent up.
Oh my God, Jade
Phil,
Cargill.
Phil Dunphy says
Oh!
I went and saw it alone. So there we go. Phil
One
saw
clap
it
for
alone.
seeing it alone.
I'm
got it.
so
I
upset
got
that
it.
Phil. I wish we could have got Phil
got it.
to come out here, but it's hard to have him fucking. Phil, we love you. It would have been
We'll
great
get
to see
Phil
you
on
with
here
you.
one of these days. We'll have a visitor come on our
Whenever
show.
you're free.
Visitor.
Whenever you have time.
Make sure guys, we have a visitor
I-
coming.
It would be best
have
if
to
you had
clean up
open
everything.
availability. Just make sure your availability is like open.
Full open 7 days
Whenever
a
we
week.
call, you come.
I'd like to go ahead and just
we'll never tell
recognize
you when
Phil
you're coming.
Dunphy for the amazing job he did last week in my absence.
One clap for Phil
One
Dunphy.
clap for Phil.
That was Eric,
That
but
was
it's all
Eric
right.
Grunfeld.
You
Oh,
know.
Eric, yeah.
Eric's
One
the
clap
man.
for Eric Grunfeld.
Yeah. You know, he actually did look like Aaron Rodgers, and no one called
Yes. What do you mean? We've been saying that for years.
it out. He is like
If you would have pointed it out because that'd be the first time you ever seen.
So
it.
this is a funny story. He's in the original video that went very viral. He was the one that actually made it happen. And he's in the background, and there were comments that said, "Is that Aaron Rodgers in the background?"
2012.
Back in 2015, it was 15. Well, it was funny as hell.
Oh, it was perfect. Is that Aaron
Is
Rodgers?
that Aaron Rodgers?
I'd like to go ahead and just align with your thoughts and my overall positioning on the actual movie. I thought it was good to great. It lacked a little bit in overall like story and actual purpose,
Yep.
but the actual scenes and the actual my favorite part is when he puts on the cowl. Did you guys like that part?
That
Let-
movie
let
was
me ask
pure
you a
fan
question.
service.
What did they do well, and what could they do better?
Chris, I'd love to answer your question. If we can follow up with that later, maybe we can connect.
We'll take that
Right now,
offline.
I just like to kind of keep this focused and circle back with you later. I also like the part where he puts on the cowl. Did I mention that already?
Yeah, but
I just
we have
want to
repeat it
recognize
several
Joe.
times.
I just want to recognize Joe right now. Can we one clap for Joe?
Welcome back, Joe. Thanks, Joe. good to be back.
I do want to be mindful because we have a lot of people in the comments here, and there's a lot of good comments. So, this is a safe space for everybody to share how they feel.
We love diverse opinion here.
Yes, we love
We want to hear you.
Please, we encourage
So-
feedback.
We would love to hear your feedback on the
Yes.
show after. Just follow up
We
with
encourage
us.
feedback, but just make sure to ask permission first. But Phil Dunphy says Deadpool and Wolverine was really great. I do wish they fleshed out a little more of worse Wolverine's past, so we could watch Hugh Jackman act even more. I fucking love that man. Moon Muncher said, Joe, I actually took the entire team out to see Deadpool Wolverine. I would have totally invited you. So it's okay that you
Who's
were
that?
excluded, because next time we will be mindful that
We'll include you.
we will not do any extracurricular activities without inviting everybody. But apart from
If you could
that,
just go ahead and put in that request, and I'll approve it later, and then we can connect about it.
I'll look at it.
I'll look into it for you.
Yeah.
Mids at Best, which is Yao, said every time Chris says you have to drink, and I just want to be
I
deliberate.
already ran out of beer.
Yep. Yeah. So yeah, I'll see it eventually. I want to see it in theaters. I'll go watch it alone. It'll be fun. And I don't know. I'm excited because I saw some like funny pictures, and I was like, all right, they're really like fucking probing around in the Marvel.
I don't know if it was
Marvel
the
universe.
first Disney movie to say fuck.
Probably.
It's like, oh wow. I
I have a question for the room. If I could just gather your information, and if you guys could just share with me your position, and maybe we can connect later and circle back. Rob, for you, if you can go ahead and go first, just tell us, what was your favorite cameo in the movie?
I mean, there was a lot of great ones. You know, this was a deep cut one, and it actually wasn't a person. It was an object. If you notice, when they first got ported into that realm where Xavier's sister is, there's a fucking Jack Kirby style Thor helmet in the fucking.
Of course, you recognize
I
that.
saw that the second go around.
Rob,
And when they first land, if you notice in the corner, there's a Secret Wars comic.
I missed that the second time I was looking for it, and I missed it.
You saw it twice.
I had
I
to.
saw it once.
Wow.
I had to.
plan
I was
to see it
having a
again
shitty
with,
day, and I was
So
like,
that
I
was
need
your
something.
favorite cameo, the helmet?
That was the thing that had me the most hyped.
Wow.
It was pretty much that helmet right up there.
It was that helmet up there.
Too bad you didn't put that on for the episode. It would have been great.
It's too heavy. It's like me.
Just the wig.
Wig, yeah. But I thought Cavill Wolverine was a big surprise. I was not expecting that. It was not something that was spoiled for me. And honestly, fucking Blade is back, baby. That was cool. The only disappointing thing, and I think that's what kind of propelled us to watch it, and what made me mention it earlier, is the Tom Jane Punisher would have been the icing on that fucking cake. If he was, there's no reason he couldn't have been in that car with them.
They referenced it.
They referenced him,
Yeah.
but if he was in it,
I would have. Yeah, I would have.
if he was in it,
I would have rolled over onto my back so you could pet my belly.
I would have that would have been that would have made it a 10. I wouldn't have, there would have been no way to make
Tom
it more
Jane would have
perfect.
been fucked up.
Finn, if you can
Tom
go ahead
Jane
and just
Punisher.
share
I'm sorry
us
for
your
I just-
respective and your position on what cameo did you most get excited from?
I wanna
What excited
start-
you?
I want to start by apologizing for talking over other people
Thank
here in the circle, in the safe space circle.
Circle of trust.
It's the trust tree, and I just want to move forward
Moving forward from here.
amicably.
Finn has the
And-
conch.
Now we can move forward.
Finn, I would like to thank you for dealing with ambiguity.
I hate that Rob. I'm sorry to say the word hate. I have to take that back. It's not a good word. Rob makes a great point. I want to piggyback on what Rob said about Blade and Wesley Snipes coming into the movie. That was the real wow, holy shit, they got Wesley Snipes in this movie again. Sorry for cursing. And
Thank you
I'll
for
just say
We are gonna have to write you up.
we're gonna pull you aside.
We do have to write you up. We're sorry.
If you could con-
we're not sorry.
If
Actually,
you could connect with
should be
me
sorry.
after the
Are you sorry?
upload's over,
Do you
Vin,
feel
we'd like
guilty
to.
enough?
Yeah.
That's a strike on your DC.
But no, Wesley Snipes walking in, it was just like at that point you could just see what they were doing. They were really giving the flowers to the old Fox universe, making sure it's spreading the love, spreading the Disney dollars. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Everyone's getting a cameo. It revitalizes your interest
Well,
in
they
watching
own-
the old movies.
It was
They
nice
own
to
them
see
now.
Wesley
They own everything.
Snipes
They own-
return to work.
There's only been one blade.
There's only one blade.
Only ever going to be one blade.
He's pretty much right. That prediction's coming
Wesley
true.
Snipes has been on leave for.
One clap for Wesley.
No hands.
I can't do it. I can't do it. My hands are full.
No,
Wish
I'm
in
trying
one
to
hand
think
and
of,
shit in the other, kid, and see which one fills up first.
I again, piggybacking what off what Rob said.
Thank you.
Object cameos, really good in this one. There was definitely a few good ones. One of my favorite moments, actually, and I can't wait till it comes out on like an internet GIF, is when the Deadpool head is like Uzi time baby, and Lady Deadpool's like Uzi time baby. I'm just like, oh, that's like comic book esque, great shot, great look. I was like, oh, they really nailed this fucking thing. Funny one, Pretty Boy Ron Reynolds. That was also very funny.
Flame on.
Oh well, that was the one. That's the obvious. I think Kevin bringing back when you bring
Chris
back Chris
Evans?
Evans.
The
I saw
Human
that.
Torch.
He's
That's
Captain
one thing I saw.
America, and he was John. That was
The Human Torch.
we're through the looking glass of Marvel now. Now
Yes.
we're fully through
Yes.
into this comic book level amount of kind of weirdness. And we've talked about it before. People would point that out on the internet forever. How is he going to be Captain America if he was Johnny Storm and Marvel? Blah, blah, blah. Now that the whole universe is
It's kind of like Starfield when you go into the new World Plus or whatever they call it.
Yeah, pretty much.
Because like
another reality.
the characters will like swap roles, but it's still like they physically look like that person, you know.
right.
So it's kind of like I
It
guess
keeps it in the ecosystem.
yes,
We're
the
we're
walled
promoting the ecosystem.
Yeah.
We're attaching services and
Yes.
ensuring long-term
Ownership.
loyalty and ownership
Correct.
of the
So,
Marvel universe.
We do have some people asking. What's from the dungeon is asking what the Dr. Phil is what he calls it style of presentation is today, and
well, Dr. Phil
Well-
would be more like this.
yeah,
true.
more
Using-
mindful.
True, we're sitting
I'd like to
down.
go ahead and follow up with from the dungeon later. We'll go ahead and connect. But for now, I'd like to give you my 2 cents on the movie, if I may.
Please.
My favorite cameo would probably be, in terms of a physical object, the cowl.
Wow.
Didn't see that one coming, did you?
I didn't see that coming at all.
Yeah, when he pulls out the cowl at the end of the movie with the Madonna song playing.
like Batman,
One clap
but
for
he could
Madonna, guys.
Oh, damn! Let me get my hands back.
No.
I would say that,
Life is a mystery.
probably the best cameo in the whole movie had to be Blade. Yeah.
This was a Snipes motherfucker.
Because there's something to be said about the fact that Hugh Jackman for 20 years has been one character, Wolverine, and Wesley Snipes for 20 years has been one character, Blade. So I thought that was really cool.
Yeah, agree. There's a
Channing
continuity to
Tatum
the
as Gambit he oddly looked pretty good as Gambit. It was just didn't
sounded hard.
If you had a whole
love
movie
that they
with
made
that
fun of it.
voice,
purposely
only
on
way.
horrible, but yeah.
that was bad.
I got a name
I
for
didn't-
myself here.
I leaned over and I was like, I need fucking subtitles. I don't know what he's fucking saying right now.
Yeah, I have no clue.
I know that's the point, but
Hey, Bobby Boucher, you know over here. Hey, now don't blah, blah. Hey, that go water boy that get on the Bobby Boucher.
That's why
dead on.
he's
that's
cool.
definitely what it is.
Yeah, that Cajun.
Oh, like
Man,
Leggett, dude.
No,
Leggett,
Colonel
favorite
Sanders,
NFL player right
Mama's
now.
wrong.
Mama's wrong again.
No, Colonel Sanders, you're wrong. Mama's right.
Alligator owner could have got out on teeth and no toothbrush.
She got boobies and I like them too. She showed me her boobies.
Football is the devil.
Mama said.
All right, but wait. Can I ask you? First, I want to ask permission.
Absolutely.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes.
What would you give the movie on a scale of 1 to 10?
You know, if I had to rate it between an exceeds and an achieved and did not, I probably would give it around an 8.6.
8.6.
What does that translate to if it's a $0 to $3 raise scale? What is the percent?
You know, we went ahead and talked to HR and we did our best possible that we could, and we went ahead and got you 4.2%.
4.2.
That bumps you up to about $26.55 an hour.
Gotcha.
It's more than the average. If you actually look around and look at what Stanford studied, and you look at similar positions, it's much higher. I feel like you should
If you compound that with all of our stocks and benefits, it kind of equals out.
drink my whole beer right now.
Rob's no selling it. Rob's no, he won't do it.
Killing me.
He won't do it. He refuses.
Killing me.
Get him the fucking wig. Put the fucking wig on.
I want to give an honorable mention. I just want to
Honorable or clap?
Kudos.
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 Yeah, kudos.
Kudos.
Recognition.
Kudos to Matthew McConaughey for the quick little cameo that you didn't see but you heard.
Right.
And you asked yourself, was that Matthew McConaughey?
All right, all right.
He was the cowboy
Alright,
Deadpool, right? Or something?
Cowboy
Was
Deadpool.
Cowboy Deadpool.
Western Deadpool.
Little Joe had a good comment here. He said ambiguity. The fact that he knows what that means says something.
Another clap for Little Joe.
There we go. Still
You got the 4. You got the 4 though. You got the.
That's how it always was, though. It would always be like, you know, it's never one uniform clap.
You weren't expecting it. And then there were too many.
Fucking clap.
One clap for Chris's Spider.
Welcome to our therapy session.
This is years of pent up passive aggressiveness manifesting, folks. That
I'm
is
just
what we're doing
representing
here.
what is a PC culture.
You're
We're
being-
polishing
I am
and
trying to make sure
we're
that we
landing the
make a
plane and we're
non-offensive
building
show.
the plane as we fly
I
it.
want the show to be non-offensive and people to feel they can be safe.
The feedback that we got,
When we
Vincent,
watch.
from you is you were being a little passive
I'm
aggressive.
being no. When?
Yes, it's
Okay,
not
I'll
what you
acknowledge.
said, it's how you said it.
You've been using negative
And
language.
we're going to put you on documented coaching.
It's
okay.
It affected
Clearly,
some
we
okay.
need fucking help. Help us. Help.
We're going to, you know, it's okay, but you are on documented coaching and you might get fired. It's okay.
No, it will lead to termination.
You will be terminated.
I mean, we're gonna
You will be burnt. I mean, terminated.
one clap for Tiffany Stratton.
Oh, oh my God.
Sorry, guys. We're still watching SmackDown.
Yeah,
Guys,
we're
Smackdown.
watching
SmackDown on the television down here.
I
we
mean,
got Jesse Ventura. We actually got a lot of
Bobby
really good
Ventura.
stuff. I feel like we're
Yeah.
really slow rolling this fucking episode.
Rolling,
We have so many good things to talk about. We had so many good discussions in the from the last time we were actually together to now. And I'm going to throw this one out here. I want a quick one. I want quick. Don't fuck around with this. Favorite childhood cereal. And this one is piggybacking off a friend of the show, Greg. I'm not going to say everybody's like full names, but if you remember Greg, this is a piggyback of his podcast, and I recognize that it was funny. I like the conversation.
If I could align and kind of think back to my childhood a little bit, and if I could just kind of go back and maybe piggyback what Rob said earlier, I would probably go with Captain Crunch berries.
Berries, though. Has to be the berries.
Has to be the berries
Plain
because when you're
crunch.
done with the actual crunch and the berries, you get like strawberry blueberry milk.
Can I ask you a question?
Sure.
What about peanut butter crunch?
I never liked peanut butter cereal.
Okay. Fair.
Number 2 on my list, and this is an all-time fave. Cookie Crisp.
Cookie. Oh, you said
Cookie Crisp.
Big bowl of Cookie Crisp.
Cookies aren't for breakfast.
Oh yeah, they are. Oh my God, in America, fucking are. Damn it.
God damn it.
If I had a round third and go to my top 3, I would say, now I don't know if you remember, maybe you do, but Mr. T's cereal was phenomenal.
I did not. No.
They actually had a piece of it, and he ate it on a huge bowl on an episode of Pee-wee's Playhouse.
Damn, good times.
Robert, what's your fun fact?
I'd like to kick it over to Rob.
I identify as Rob. As a kid, I'm trying to think back. I mean, the things that we used to get were like Sugar Pops, honeycombs we used to get. Sugar Pops. Honey Nut Cheerios, funny enough.
I fucking love Honey Nut Cheerios.
I
Gotta
could
choose
always go
one.
for a bowl of Honey Nut Cheerios.
Underrated. Honey Nut Cheerios is underrated. I'm
It
going
is,
to
it
say
is.
right now.
This is my mom's favorite cereal.
And it's great for heart health, too.
It's like 400,000 grams of
If you
sugar.
want to lower your cholesterol, eat Cheerios.
That was it?
Honey Nut Cheerios.
Bananas.
I
So
think-
what is it?
So it was a guilty pleasure because we never got it.
Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
When I used to go to my cousins in Pennsylvania, my cousin Victoria, shout out to Victoria.
One clap for Victoria.
We she always used to have Cocoa Puffs, and I used to
Yes.
get fucking nuts over Cocoa Puffs. I would fuck up a bowl of Cocoa Puffs. So as a kid, Cocoa
good.
Puffs was the answer.
Cocoa Puffs also they could last long in the milk.
Yeah.
You know, they were
Yeah.
they were
And
resilient
you got fucking
cereal.
chocolate milk.
They
at
like had the
end,
varnish that kept it
Kidding?
fucking crisp.
That's a great point, Vin.
But if I'm gonna give like a top 3, I'm not gonna go with childhood anymore. Now I'm gonna start going with stuff that I've had later. One of the most delicious fucking cereals I've ever had, in or out of the bowl.
Frankenberries.
No, there are these s'mores Lucky Charms cereal. It is fucking.
So chocolate is in the
delicious.
equation with the Lucky Charms.
Oh,
Yes.
Count
I
Chocula.
don't know if I like that.
Count
So
Chocula.
it's the marshmallows, it's chocolate, and it's the fucking graham crackers.
I mean, it makes sense because it's already got the marshmallows.
It's so good. It's like it has
What are
no
the style of
business.
the marshmallows? They're not the
like
Charms.
the Lucky Charms marshmallows?
They're still Lucky Charms
Yeah,
marshmallows
yep.
with chocolate.
Yeah, dude, they make chocolate Lucky Charms.
I don't know.
But I'm just saying that like
It's called
fucking
Count Chocula.
cereal.
Get it fucking right, and it's the only one that matters.
That's
If you're
shit.
talking,
Alright, well, we're doing
if
a
you're
top
talking
th-
chocolate
Top 3.
Lucky
Top 3
Charms.
now. So what is it?
Go ahead and kick it over to
Well,
Rob
he's
and
got
give us
one
our
more,
top
right?
3.
Well, my top third. It's tough because I mean I do like a lot of different kinds of cereal. You know what? I'm gonna give it to the OG. Honey Nut Cheerios is something I can always go for. I think that would be my third favorite cereal of all time.
I agree with that. It's a good one. Definitely.
Well,
Thank you, Rob. We really appreciate your recognition for Honey Nut Cheerios.
I would just want everyone to first share, but also understand that we have some folks waiting for us, and we want to make sure we get to them as soon as we can. So, when you're ready.
Yes.
But
Honorable
people
mention
are
to
waiting.
Fruity Pebbles.
I'd like to kick it over to Christopher. Christopher, why don't you give us your
Barney,
top
my
three?
Pebbles.
I'm Bronny. Bronny, my Pebbles.
you guys are stealing all my shit.
Hey, you red.
My dad and my uncle sound like that when we get together. My dad.
No, back in the day.
like
Back
that.
in the day, there was something called Rice Krispie Treats cereal. Yeah, you know what I'm
Tough to
talking
eat,
about.
though.
I don't know why it doesn't fucking exist anymore. I'll
tough
tell
to
you
eat.
that.
They were
Just
challenging
fucking
to
shed
eat.
my HR voice right now for a second. Bring back the fucking Rice Krispie Treats
Seriously,
cereal.
yeah,
not
no,
Rice
that's-
Krispies.
that's
Not Rice
gold.
Krispies.
No, never,
Rice Krispie
never.
Treats. It was the marshmallow treats.
Rice Krispies are one of the
In
worst
the
fucking
shit.
cereals of all time.
Rice
Oh,
Krispies
you- if you fucking
You
slather
gotta
it with
put
sugar.
The cereal
Yeah,
was
like
literally
6
little
fucking
crust.
bowls,
There were little clusters.
Rice
of
Krispies did
Rice
snap,
Krispie
crackle, and
treats.
pop, though.
It did.
Great
Yeah.
advertising.
Nice.
Can't
Snap,
argue with
crackle,
that. But you ever
pop.
pour a bowl of them, you got about
How?
4 seconds.
But there was Rice Krispie Treats cereal. It had the it was that. It was perfect. It was bliss.
3 cavities from the bowl.
I also like
I'm missing teeth still.
Cocoa
still.
Krispies.
Contested, dentist approved.
Cocoa Krispies.
Cocoa
yeah.
Krispies because
Okay,
they
yes,
chocolate
yes.
up the milk
Yes.
better than anything, and they provide a texture
That is good.
that
milk.
makes the chocolate milk just fucking
I feel like
astronomical.
Homelander when I'm like, it's good milk.
Yeah.
but it's good milk.
And then the
Nice.
third one, it's tough because I do, if I want the healthy option, I love me a bowl of Raisin Bran.
2 scoops of raisins and everything.
I love me a bowl of Raisin
One clap
Bran.
for Raisin Bran.
Can't go wrong with that. It's a solid, healthy. I'm not even clapping. So
Raisin Bran.
You know, Christopher, if I could piggyback off the healthy part, I ate so much really shitty cereal when I was a kid. My mother used to kind of give me like Cheerios once in a while, and she would slice bananas and strawberries in it. Did you guys have that?
oh yeah, you gotta slice them up. You know what? You want to hear a sick fuck story? Actually, though, there was one time. Speaking of Raisin Bran, I was eating a bowl of cereal, and I ate like the majority of this bowl of cereal. Like it was pretty much done, and it was like a spoonful of milk with the Raisin Bran, and then I saw that there was fucking just worms.
That's fucking weird.
All fucking like they were they were like dead and dried out or
Extra
whatever. I guess.
protein.
The end of
They were-
fucking Raisin Bran.
I was probably like 13 or maybe 12, 13. I tried to make myself retch, and I couldn't, which is crazy because now I
Did
can
you
pick, like,
reach
draws.
the other side?
When you reach the other side.
Kill myself.
So wait, that piggybacking off what you said with the worms. Have you ever poured yourself a bowl of cereal, poured the milk, took the first spoonful, ate the cereal, and went, tastes funny. Ate another spoonful, realized
It's the milk.
milk's fucking sour.
Sour milk
Disappointing.
You know, I'd like to piggyback off that for you, Vin. Just to kind of poll the room real quickly, I'd like to ask you guys, what comes first, the cereal or the milk?
Cereal.
Cereal. Only. You're a psychopath.
If you want
You're
the cereal
sick.
to float
You're a
on the
sick,
surface of the milk.
demented-
Unless it's like
Freak.
3 o'clock in the morning and you're a little fat fuck trying to sneak at night.
Only
pour the milk
only
first.
seconds.
You do it
To
as like
have
a
ninja
silencer.
mode.
Yeah, you do
Because
it
it's
to
like
be
you
a
can pour the
silencer.
cereal in and nobody can hear
It's
it.
a silencer.
I
on
was never
your,
that fat.
One clap for silenced milk.
The silencer.
Silencer on your milk. Please, everybody, make sure to put the silencer on your milk, everybody. We're all going to warm up a bottle of milk.
Can I
and
say
then
what
we're
the
gonna
worst
pass it
fucking
around.
cereal ever made is?
Hold on.
Fucking grape nuts.
I just.
I just had to say that.
I don't know whoever thought
It
of
was
that.
the worst
Whoever thought of
fucking.
I don't remember
It's
that.
like horse feed.
Oat bran
It's
Horkin fiber
no taste,
chunk.
Fucking horrible.
Got
and my
fiber.
Aunt Sue
Forgot
tried
about
to
that
feed
one.
that to me
Sucks.
once as a kid, and it's a joke to us.
Before we let Vin give his top 3, I do just want to make a mention, give a kudos to honeycombs.
You want honeycomb?
Honeycomb's definitely honorable mention. Good milk.
It existed.
Good milk.
It's
Similar to
around.
corn pops. Different. though.
Honorable mention as I progressed into
Can
a
I-
later adult, real
Bef-
quick for you, Vin, would be frosted mini wheats.
Well, that's another one I almost named instead of Raisin Bran.
It's a fine. It's a fine. Yeah,
My dad
It's an
likes
art.
them.
Eating frosted mini wheats is an art because it requires the appropriate amount of milk
Yes.
and a quick. You know, you got to get through the bowl within 2-3 minutes. You can't be fucking around 5 minutes. 5 minutes.
It gets all mushad.
soggy.
No, sometimes
nobody
it's
wants-
nice when it gets soggy, though.
At this point in
Yeah,
my
when
life,
it gets all
probably.
mushad,
Nice
I'll
soggy.
probably
I
revert
like
to that
some
in
nice
my old
soggy
age.
wheat.
Likes the
Sometimes
soggy
I like
Soggy
soggy,
wheat.
nice,
See fucking
nice
oatmeal at that
soggy
point.
wheat.
Likes the soggy meat on the
Sometimes I
other
like.
side.
Sometimes I like cold soup.
It's fishy small, sir.
Let's
it's
relax.
supposed to be
Cold
cold.
soup.
Warm ice cream.
Come on, you know that movie.
Oh, I have a
Wet socks.
What movie is that
Oh,
from?
you just brought up a funny thing that got pointed out to me, and I just laughed for. a
Don't
good 5
point at
minutes.
people. It's not okay.
Help.
Sam pointed out to me that I eat ice cream funny, and if I
How do
can,
you eat
can
ice
I
cream?
share? Can I
Yeah.
share how I
If
eat
you could
the ice
share.
cream? I'm sorry to interrupt. I'm sorry.
You're interrupting
I'm
yourself.
apologizing.
yeah, just make it fast, because in 5 minutes we have to.
Right. So, I would. Let's say you got a pint of ice cream, Ben and Jerry's, Haagen-Dazs, whatever.
Mm.
I will go to the edges and dig out the edges around and make, kind of like a mound in the middle.
To the
I
other
won't-
side.
I will not eat from the middle. I will, and then eventually you get around the edges, and
Yeah.
the edges
And
melt
then you
first.
reach the other side.
I like the melty part.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
melty
it's the best.
shit, and then you reach.
Yeah.
reach
Okay.
the other side.
Help.
And I love melty, a little bit of both. I
Nice.
hate fucking hard ice cream. All right, sorry.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, I'm with you with that on Vince.
So I just have to first start by apologizing for derailing all of your points and our conversation, and I just will circle back to my 3 favorite cereals, which it's hard. There's a lot of good cereal out there. Childhood cereal, oh man, so many good ones. You guys named a few, and I don't want to repeat, so I'm kind of altering the list so everybody gets,
Heart, stars, clovers,
Everybody gets a
First,
star.
horseshoes,
If I
and
can
blue
cheat,
moons.
I'm gonna cheat. Number 1, it's a cheat because it's cocoa and Fruity Pebbles.
No,
Possibly some of the best.
one or
cereal
the
ever.
other.
One
Will
or
you
the
mix
other. I
them?
have to pick one. That can occupy 2. So if I had to pick one, I'm gonna go with the Fruity Pebbles because that milk. There's nothing else like.
But they're like shrapnel. They
You
tear
sit
apart your
there
mouth.
with your
That's
black
nice.
shirt, your orange shirt, your purple shirt, your blue shirt, looking like a big fat bowl of Fruity Pebbles.
Number 2. You guys didn't like Cocoa Pebbles? What the fuck? Or Fruity Pebbles?
Wait,
I like Cocoa
wait.
Pebbles.
Cocoa Pebbles. Isn't that what I said, or did I say Cocoa Krispies?
No, there's no such thing as.
I meant Cocoa Pebbles.
What?
There's no Cocoa Krispies. What is
There's
this?
Cocoa Krispies.
Cocoa
yeah.
Krispies, but
Little
I
animal thing.
I actually meant
It's like
Cocoa
rice,
Pebbles.
It's almost like Rice
My
Krispies,
Pebbles.
but it's like chocolate Rice Krispies. You remember that
No,
one?
yeah, dude, that was
Yeah.
what I meant. I meant Cocoa Pebbles.
Oh, you meant Cocoa Pebbles.
Well, and then
Cocoa
I-
Pebbles.
Bonnie, my
Flintstones. All right, well then, okay, fine.
So you'd go in
what I
with,
meant
the,
to
with
say.
the 2 pebbles for
You
1
know,
and 2?
Bon, he messed
not
the
for 1 and
whole
2. I would
list
never
up.
do that to myself. I was trying to cheat. I said that was 1 cereal. It's cheating.
That is another
Sorry.
fun.
So where's the
voice.
rest of the 3, Vincent?
All right, so not a popular choice apparently, but Lucky Charms always.
Oh yeah.
Hearts, stars,
nice.
Super
clovers,
high.
horseshoes, and
Come
blue
on.
moons.
I
The
check over that
marshmallow-
rainbow. It's
Phil
heavy red
just said there.
balloons.
Nobody mentioned Lucky Charms. No, definitely.
First
That's
of
the
all,
easy
Phil,
I
choice.
said Lucky
Phil,
Charms, but I
Lucky
said the
Charms
s'mores Lucky
all
Charms.
night in the whenever.
If I
And
could,
the fucking food
Can
and
I
beverage
get-
job.
if I could just
Joe wants
piggyback
to
off
piggyback.
off Lucky Charms. I don't know if you remember it. Maybe you guys do. I don't know if you're old enough at that point, Chris. But there was a cheaper version of Lucky Charms in the 80s. It was called Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles cereal.
It came in the movie box.
Came in the movie box, and all of it had the marshmallows, and they were all different colors from the turtles.
I never got that. That's funny. I never got that.
Anybody in the comments?
C-3POs?
If you could follow up with us later, just connect and give us some feedback on that.
Well, Yao said
Yao's?
Fruity Pebbles or Frosted Flakes.
They're
Nobody said
great!
Nobody
Frosted
said
Flakes.
Frosted
They're-
Flakes.
Frosted Flakes are tough though. That's another one. You got like 2 minutes.
Yeah.
No,
So
you gotta
like,
we gotta
fucking shovel those.
douse them with
Very,
sugar.
very, very low bowl
No,
of
no.
milk.
When you mean douse them in sugar, there's too much sugar on them. They get so soggy, so fucking quick. Only the top of the bowl is really good.
Yeah. Well, little
Oh, all right.
little Joe is
Number
enjoying the
3, Vin.
innuendos.
Wrap us up here. Take us home.
Number 3.
We do have Susan waiting at A3.
You guys said, hey, yeah, no. You guys said healthy cereal. Basic 4 would be my healthy cereal.
Oh.
Cocoa Puffs would be the number 3.
Oh.
Come on now. Cocoa Puffs. Don't
Cocoa
fuck,
Puffs was
don't fuck with
phenomenal.
Cocoa Puffs.
Now that's great chocolate milk.
Also, honorable mention, Apple Crisp.
Oh,
Apple Crisp.
fucking what was
I
the
mean
other
Apple
one?
Jacks?
Cinnamon
Apple
Toast
Jacks.
Crunch.
Apple
No one said Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Apple
which is-
Jacks
said
was
Cinnamon
my
Toast Crunch.
Oh, that
childhood.
was one of them?
The original question was childhood. It was.
Oh, I
Apple
meant. I'm
Jacks.
sorry. I didn't
It
mean
was
Apple. I didn't mean Apple Crisp. I meant Apple Jacks.
Yeah,
That's-
that was the
Apple
original
Jacks.
question. Was childhood and
Fruit Loops.
Cinnamon.
what was
Toucan
it? Cinnamon
Sam's.
apple? Is that what it is? Cinnamon apple flavor, right? Is that what the whole
Cinnamon
gimmick
apple.
was?
But can he see why kids love Cinnamon Toast Crunch?
Cinnamon Toast Crunch is just fucking crack.
The original Trix was great, and then they changed the formula.
Fuck, that's what I tried to say
tricks.
before. I got cut off.
'Cause
I was
they
gonna
aren't-
say, I
weren't
wanted to
always
pull
just for
everybody.
kids,
I
you know?
wanted to pull you guys. You guys are old enough to know.
Yeah.
They fucking changed tricks.
They changed it and
They
ruined it.
did. They used to be
Why did
shaped
they
like the
change
fruits
it?
and everything.
They did it without telling me.
No, the
I was a
original
kid.
Trix were just little balls.
Why
They're
did
colored balls, and then they turned
terms
the
of
colored
fruit.
balls into fruit shaped, and they were terrible.
It was the worst
They
flavor.
were horrible.
Sour.
Sour, bitter. like,
Weird.
what was that?
And they didn't tell anybody.
I agree with
I
you.
didn't fucking hear about
I'm gonna go ahead and agree with you.
I
All right,
appreciate
so,
your- can I
um,
just want to recognize that you're aligned with what I'm thinking, and I appreciate your alignment.
I appreciate the fact that we have similar taste in childhood cereals.
Well, guys, this has been very fun.
My mom actually just texted me and said Kix. Kix was another one they changed.
Kid tested,
Similar
mother approved.
to. But Kix is good. It's so funny that man.
I used to like kids.
Ironic as fuck to think.
We got a lot of.
Any more
childhood-
comments? Just put on a post-it, and
yeah.
we'll get...
Just we want you to fold it up and put it in this little
Just
box,
send us,
and then somebody else will read it
Put
out
it
loud.
in your journal. Did you journal?
Put it in your
Have you journaled it?
your.
Make sure you go back, journal it.
Pulse.
When I don't give you time.
Yeah.
Enjoy
Pulse.
that.
Just a couple of more,
Dead.
comments
We're
here.
so-
Selig Rearvik said Booberry.
It's already been an hour.
That's a
Blueberry
good
help.
one.
So
Blueberry, Frankenberry, Halloween, yeah. Count Chocula.
what a fucking world.
If I can just I want to
Who do you-
move forward. I think moving forward would help the conversation.
We're not going to move forward with you today.
We're gonna pivot.
Sometimes you don't move forward.
But
you
if
move
you want, you could.
sideways.
If you want, we'll connect later, and that way we can get you the experience you need so you can actually apply, and then we'll go ahead and follow up with that once you apply. Just email me, let me
I'll
know.
circle back.
Next
Sir-
week,
We're gonna
we'll
circle
zone
back
some
later.
time, and
Yeah.
Zone some
Get
time.
zoned out.
Zone some time. It's like we'll fucking construct a fucking cathedral on a fucking unstable fucking. Christ.
me.
Well, friends, that was a great session of our overall childhood serial and our
Deadpool
opinion of
Wolverine.
Deadpool Wolverine. Guys, what do we have for us in front of us right here? We'd like to go ahead and read our
So
fortune cookies.
everybody.
Oh, I have
yeah, we got fortune
Everybody
cookies.
got their own
I have-
fortune. Where's mine? Where's mine?
You can
Where's
have one.
yours?
Wow, it's sharing.
Where's your-
You can
wait.
get half the
I
fortune
only had
cookie.
3.
He ate one and didn't,
I didn't
remember
eat one.
eating
No,
because there's a
You
wrapper
just
up
have
there.
mine. I just don't care. I only grabbed 3.
You have to read yours
No,
because
you
nobody
need to
cares
read
what Chris.
Nobody gives a fuck what mine
No,
is.
I don't want my morals told.
What's
you
your
can have
fortune?
it.
You're gonna be fat for the next 30 years. Oh, okay.
Everybody's gonna read fortunes.
If you're still alive.
Vin and I will split ours in half so that everybody
You can
wins.
give him the other side.
When you reach the other side.
This is a good one. I like this one.
Shoot, Vincent.
I
Sorry.
get half of it, whatever you get.
I feel recognized by starting first, you will be able to achieve financial security. It's for everybody out there. Thank you. Learn Chinese appetizer. I'm not going to continue.
That's a weird way to say that.
Robert, what did you get? Notice how Rob ate the cookie first before he read it?
You don't get the fortune unless you eat the fucking cookie.
I used to eat the fortune too with the cookie to make it come true. It never
Would you
did.
find out what your fortune was after you
We're just
shit?
going to hang on to this one. This one I'm going to take
I
off
would
somewhere.
I would roll it up and I would swallow it and fucking hope that would make it come true.
What the fuck, dude? What? Oh, there you go. It's
I would-
sweet. Celebrate the unique bond you share with your friends.
That's great, Rob. I love
Nice.
Hey,
nice.
nice.
That's
And that
One clap for
extends
your
to all of you.
friends.
one clap for friendship.
2 claps.
Oh,
Yes, I'm going to go ahead and read mine. It says, count on your luck for a fulfilling journey. Don't know what that
I
means.
don't know how lucky we feel.
I guess I'll go fuck myself.
Joe's luck. Oh, my God.
what was it?
I don't know if we should count Joe's luck.
My luck. Wasn't for bad luck. I've had no luck at all. It says, count on your luck for a fulfilling journey.
What's the
Nice.
word?
Bird?
You got appetizers. What's your word?
My word?
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
there's
the
a word
word.
on the
Learn
back.
Chinese.
Oh, yeah. My word is excuse me.
Rob, would
I
you like to
didn't get
share
a
your
word.
word?
It just says lucky
I
number.
thought it was the bird that was the word.
Break out of the
Meow, 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 meow.
right now.
You keep calling out. You could keep calling out.
Help. I be yes.
So
There's nothing
keeping
we
it
can't
in,
accommodate.
the same vein, I need
I
to
mean, yes.
move us along because there are people waiting.
If you could move forward now, Vincent.
But
Accommodation.
You don't always move forward. Sometimes you move out.
it's kind of sideways. It's very side. Honestly, you're right. This is a sideways kind of
Sidebar.
movement where
Sidebar.
we're progressing omnidirectionally.
It's kind of like a spider web.
You're moving in all directions at once.
Yeah.
But what do we think? Controversial take. What do we think about Robert Downey Jr. coming back as not Iron Man, but coming back as Dr. Doom, Victor Von Doom from the Fantastic Four series?
One of my favorite memes of the weekend, Vincent, was the meme with Robert Downey Jr. as Iron Man, and next to him Hulk Hogan, and then below that you had Dr. Doom, and next to Dr. Doom you had Hollywood Hulk Hogan from the NWO.
Heel
Rob,
turn.
what say you?
Heel turn?
I think it's an interesting choice. I mean, Robert Downey Jr. is clearly an excellent actor. Maybe this is a version of Doom, because there have been versions where, Tony Stark is Dr. Doom and shit.
Right.
But they're doing a lot of multiverse stuff. And I think that the reason that they're tapping so much into that is because they know that the Marvel fans are going to continue to know what the fucking stories are and what's coming. So they're just deviating so much that they're just, trying to keep people guessing. And I think they're just doing shocking shit at this point just to keep the franchise alive. Because I think they recognize that they had a few misses there and they're trying to save face and pull out all the guns that they haven't been able to fire off yet. And I think that's why we're finally starting to get the things that we wanted to see for decades, because they know that's the only way they're going to save themselves at this point. If we start seeing X-Men, if we start seeing the Fantastic Four and all of the pieces to this giant Marvel puzzle that have been missing for so long that people forgot it was part of the fucking picture.
If I could
I love that.
ask you a question, do you think that people will? Well, first, has Dr. Doom ever taken his mask off? A. B.
If
Do
he
you
was in
think-
the Halo series, he would.
2.
Right? Do you think?
Yeah, he'd never wear it, actually.
Do you think that this is what they would call a swerve, and just a way to create hype, but also may be pivoting to.
He's definitely
something
playing
else.
Doom. They're not gonna say he's playing Doom and then not make him play.
This is for what, X-Men? Or who?
This is for the Fantastic
This
Four.
is
Fantastic
for
Four,
Avengers.
okay.
Was Spider-Man, wasn't he involved with the Fantastic Four at some point?
Everybody's been involved with the Fantastic Four was the first successful Marvel book.
So what if Tom Holland's Spider-Man is in this universe with Doctor Doom and sees that it's fucking Robert
There are
Downey Jr.,
memes.
Tony Stark,
There are
and like,
so
what
many
the hell?
directions that
There's so
they
many
can go
memes.
That's what
by
I see
adding
happening.
these people because it was the success of the Fantastic Four that started steamrolling Marvel in the 60s, and they started coming out with Spider-Man, and they started coming out with the X-Men and Thor and bringing back Captain America out of retirement and the Avengers books. Like, all that stuff, that's why they call Marvel the Fantastic Four the first family of Marvel. They were the big super team, and then it was always, the comic book made it when they crossed over with the Fantastic Four. The Hulk came into the Fantastic Four. The Spider-Man crossed over with the Fantastic Four. They're iconic covers, and I think that it's going to be really interesting that they're going to be part of this, very storied movie sequence. Because I mean, the Avengers movies were great without them. Imagine with all of these characters, with
Right.
all these major players. It's like, everybody's saying, oh, well, Thanos is the ultimate villain, this and that, blah, blah, blah. Nobody knows Doctor Doom
Galactus.
at his
saw that
prime.
teaser.
Because even with Galactus is a celestial being. You almost have to think of him as a force of nature. But Doctor Doom, his intellect is almost at
Fucking
Reed Richards
diabolical.
level. He's also a fucking alchemist. He's a sorcerer. He can fight fucking.
On the other side.
I mean, he's been Sorcerer Supreme in certain universes. It's just crazy how people sleep on Doctor Doom as a villain, but he's honestly one of the greatest villains that ever existed in
is.
comics. So
I prefer the Christian. I prefer
Your audio
the
cut.
Christian Nairn version.
from the original,
From Nip Tuck.
Yeah, I don't
That's
know.
Nip Tuck Doom.
terrible news.
The Tom James
Nip
shit.
Tuck. It was a good show.
That wasn't a terrible movie. A lot of people hated it more than I did. Michael Chiklis
Michael
was a great.
Chiklis was the
Everything-
fucking thing.
Everythting
Right?
that's ever
That
been
was cool.
hated.
It was a lot better than
Will
Paul
be
Giamatti as the
coming
fucking Rhino.
I swear to God, everything I've grown up with that became like really deeply hated is now suddenly becoming more
It's true.
popular and favored. In my Creed is like the number one example.
Robert, if you could go ahead and give us your best impression of the thing.
It's clobbering time.
if I could just say that.
Love
if I-
that.
Can I just say, apologies, I know we're running out of time.
Help.
I just want to recognize the leadership.
One clap for leadership.
Oh, I missed it.
Help.
And
I was turning off
really,
the- I was
just-
silencing
Oh,
the
did you have a
chat.
connection about you missing the clap?
Thinking
later?
about what Rob had
Yeah.
said,
You got to schedule.
as
Meet me in the office.
If you could
As
just
much
email me.
clap.
We'll zone some time later.
as much as Robert Downey Jr. may be the draw, the most important things that they can establish are the Fantastic Four and X-Men. That will carry the franchise forward for 10 years, not Robert Downey Jr. And it's fun and kind of a swerve or whatever it may be that they are bringing him back, and it's clearly free marketing. We're getting free promotion. We just ask that you, with every transaction, speak about Robert Downey Jr. as Doom. Every transaction. Bring it up. Make sure they know. For days, for weeks, maybe months, years.
We want to curate their purchase plan.
want to make sure that they understand Robert Downey Jr. is Doctor Doom and also Iron Man. As if we would forget that. We need to keep pointing it
We
out.
just
Be
have
sure
to-
to list the benefits.
And
We would always
We
like
need
to
to-
connect, curate, and recommend.
Correct. And we need to recognize that while there may be no connection directly, that there is obvious hints at why the fuck he would be Doctor Doom. But
I love that.
we're moving forward amicably.
Phil Dunphy did have a comment here. He said that the
Phil.
Fantastic Four takes place in an alternative timeline.
A
The
perfect timeline.
1960s retro future, like the Jetsons.
Like a fake,
Meet the
like as if
Jane,
Is that
stop
true?
this crazy
sort
thing.
of a
kinda
greatness that America's never actually seen, but we pretend was there. And I think the Fantastic Four exist in that greatest America that never existed.
Americana, the diner.
There's
Johnny
there's
Rockets.
there's a rocket launch
Oh!
platform down.
Oh, this shit. Yeah, I know.
There's a rocket launch platform.
Can I
down the
just
road.
totally fucking mention this out of nowhere? I have to say it. Does it not feel like for people at home too? Like, are there not more fucking bugs out in the past? Like,
Those
It's
fucking
100 degrees.
lanternflies need to all fucking die.
It's 100 degrees.
but it's all types of bugs. I'm seeing
Did
flies.
you see the dragonflies?
Fucking
There's
yeah.
a
I've seen
swarm of
The
dragonflies.
water bug like that big in my store today.
What is with this shit?
Do you
What's
guys
going
remember
on?
dragonflies back in the
called
day
rising
with the fucking
temperatures?
I had
the
a
dragon face and you pull this
we were
I had a
doing-
tick stuck to underneath my knee behind my leg
I
like
want to
3
let
weeks ago.
everyone out
My
there
girl,
know
a tick,
this show is powered by solar energy, 100% renewable.
renewable, yeah.
And
Yes.
By 2030.
we make sure that we do not use plastic straws on the show.
Right.
And that we are sustaining, but also the world is fucking falling apart.
Titanium.
Help.
90% of men have plastic
their
inside of
testicles.
their testicles.
Yeah,
Microplastics.
Yeah, I learned that the hard way.
Well,
Help.
Help me!
All right, hold on. House of the Dragon. Are we all caught up?
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Can we talk House of the Dragon a little bit? Because there was some major shit that happened, and people don't even realize how
And none of
major
us
it
have
was.
seen it, but apparently the episode leaked on Reddit.
leaked.
And,
Why the fuck would you want to watch a leaked version of a fucking show when you could listen or read to the fucking
fuck
books
you.
or look
Spoilers,
look it up online?
Christopher,
HR's on the line.
We don't really.
We have
don't
HR.
Really, we don't really know
I
about
know it's
those
not what I
leaks.
said; it's how I said
it's
it.
HR.
Until it's on the website, Christopher, we
We
really can confirm those
Wrote
leaks.
we had to write you up, and
Yes,
we
well,
just
I'll-
want to let you know
what,
that I'll
fucking
never
take
get
the write-up.
anywhere.
I'll take the write up. I
the
don't
write-up.
care.
We'll have
I
to
know-
refer to
I have-
salutations.
I know you heard the rumors, Chris, and
You're
I know
stuck.
there were leaks, but they
You're
weren't
gonna
on the
be making
website yet. Be
GTA
careful.
Why
Valid
would you
videos
do it when
till
you
you
could
die.
read the books, listen to the audio books, read the spoilers
watch
online because the whole
cheapest,
story's already
dumbest-
been told? Why would you watch a shittier version
So you could
of
say
it
it's like
beforehand? I just don't get. Yeah, so you could then say
Meh,
it wasn't
meh,
that
meh.
good and that you couldn't see it
Yeah.
because it was too dark because you watched a fucking pirated version on your stupid fucking phone. Stupid fucks.
I just hope that we can gather ourselves.
Well, I'll see you guys in, I'm going on documented coaching now.
You're gonna actually be
No, so-
asked to leave.
A couple of major things happened though. They revealed, obviously they had the red sewing, they had the dragons, right? And they had all of these Targaryen bastards and whatnot, offspring, gathered together to try to claim a dragon, right? This happened in the books as well, and in the books it's still Hugh and Adam, right? Is it Adam or Alan? I forget which one. I think it's
Alan.
Alan. Right?
Alan.
It's the brothers.
Alan.
All right, so
Alan.
Alan has a dragon, and then
Reluctant.
Ulf. So it's Ulf and Hugh and Alan, right?
Alan.
But they never tell you how Ulf or Hugh are
Get them.
Targaryens necessarily. You just know that they have Targaryen blood because they claim a dragon.
Well, now they've.
When Hugh reveals that he's like, I didn't know my father, but I knew my mother. And he pretty much says she was a Targaryen and she was in the East and she was a whore. She worked in a whorehouse and they paid a fortune to fucking bang a Targaryen princess.
Your mother was a whore, Trebek.
Silver hair demanded more.
So this whole story is told in Fire and Blood beforehand when they talk about Jaehaerys and his whole reign, because he has several children and every one of them has a story.
One clap for Jaehaerys.
And one of those children was Sarah, I think her name was, and she was just a wild child, like she was a hoe. She was for the streets. I'm sorry, that's not an appropriate word to use. I apologize. She was a I don't know, fucking better way to say it. But she was a wild child.
She was a rake.
She violated HR, needless to say. And Jaehaerys, like, he had this whole, like, it's pretty much like a wayward daughter. And he pretty much, like, she causes some
Alice
shit.
Roosevelt.
She causes
of
some shit to go
Targaryens.
down where, like, fucking, it turns into this whole fucked up thing. And he tries to punish her, and she's pretty much crazy. And he casts her out, and she ends up, like, running away, and she goes to the east and becomes a whore. So they're telling the story of how she's related to the Targaryens, which is not something that they did in the books. And I don't know, if you're a book nerd like me, that was a major revelation because that's its own little side story, Jaehaerys and his daughter Sarah. One clap for Sarah.
Yay.
Lost them.
Bastards. Look at them. They
Lost them.
fucking look at
Yeah,
these
lost them.
cocksuckers
Bored.
over here. They fucking immediately just
I
start
just
going on
need you to
there.
recognize Chris when he has the conch.
Yes, I am
Sorry,
on the soapbox.
I was taking
I'm
the
on-
gym.
I'm on my soapbox.
So the thing with House of the Dragons, I feel like it's gonna require a little bit more.
Action.
Yeah, unfortunately,
We're gonna need you to do a little bit more. We need you to raise your numbers.
Right. You need to make sure you're offering action with every episode, because
We want to make sure that you're actually.
There was
offering
plenty of
all
fucking
the
action. There was a dragon fire
I'm
killing
only speaking.
entire branches of fucking people.
Christopher,
No,
let
I'm
him
in-
get his 2 cents
I'm
in so he can offer all of
enjoying-
action.
I'm enjoying, and I'm not even speaking for myself, but I'm just observing where, like we said, it doesn't have the depth of Game of Thrones, where you're attached to the characters, where you're really so bought in, and you're like, I care a lot about what's happening. I feel like more we're observing this and like, oh, that's cool. This is awesome. Rhaenyra is the rightful queen. I think most people know that now. Like with all the little stuff that they've shown in the background that you probably didn't see or hear in Fire and Blood.
You should have kept Millie Alcock.
I think if you kept Millie Alcock should have been recognized for a longer period of
They
time.
keep bringing her back. She came back to fucking
No, it's true. She got her head
Damon
cut-
and
chopped off.
Harrenhal and got her head cut off.
And I understand. I'm just saying,
I understand.
as a observation, it's why people want probably a little bit more humor, like you've said in the past.
Love that.
You want more humor?
I think they've been implementing a little. You know, the thing about this is it's almost more for the casual viewer because you don't know who anybody is, but they all look like they play that part.
I'd like to thank you for
You know
your
what I mean?
feedback.
They all look like when you see somebody, you know that guy's like the asshole. He's like fucking, fucking walking around like they all. You know exactly the role that this person's playing, even if you don't know exactly who they are, because the acting is so good, even with these random secondary characters.
Phil had actually a good
Hell's-
question. He asked, at the pace that they're going, how many seasons do you think there'll be?
Probably one more.
I think there's 4. Somebody said there's 4 seasons or so.
At this pace,
But
guys,
then they
Viking
could
Valley?
continue the story because it really keeps going. There's more. You know, Fire and Blood is going to be 2 books, and it takes you pretty much up to the reign of what happens after what's going on in House of the Dragon. And then there's going to be part 2, which is the rest of the Targaryen kings. And the story's already been written, but he's writing it in more detail. So they could keep it going, honestly, and just call it House of the Dragon because they could show the whole next generation after what's now currently happening, and
Do you
so
think the
on. And then you
story
have
would
the
be gripping
Blackfire
enough?
Rebellion. What's that?
Do you think the story would be gripping enough, or do you think that
You get the Blackfire
It's-
Rebellion. The
it's
Blackfire Rebellion is one of the fucking coolest Targaryen stories. It's about a fucking asshole king who fucks like thousands of women, impregnates most of them.
On the other side,
Has on the other side. He impregnates most of them, and some of them are highborn, some of them are lowborn, nothings. And on his deathbed, he fucking legitimizes them, which creates all of these contenders for the throne, and is this crazy fucked up war that happens. So yeah, they absolutely could just keep it going. I think they could roll it through.
They was good fighters, but they wasn't killers like this guy. He'll knock you in the mortal rock.
I think people are gonna enjoy
They was
the next
head-
show more than this one. I just have that feeling.
what are you saying to me, Mickey?
Yeah, I
My
don't
job
know.
was to keep you healthy and to keep you fighting.
Phil's targeting me. What?
Vin,
I'm being directly
how do you
recognized.
feel? Because your feelings are important, we want to acknowledge them. How do you feel about how they've used Daemon this season? Do you think that Daemon's talents? Is it better if Daemon stays, on in?
I
the other side?
I appreciate
in
and
the family
recognize Damon's journey because it emphasizes something about Harrenhal that is widely not acknowledged.
I love that.
It's
Sure.
Harrenhal is cursed in a way that it
Harrenhal's
afflicts
cursed.
everybody, but Targaryens are sensitive to the magic.
One clap for Targaryens.
And because their sensitivities make them afflicted in a way that is difficult, I would say that Daemon is having a journey that is required because his lust for power exceeds all other things, and he has to learn what his true place is.
So I actually went into the desert and did ayahuasca. And I think that Damon's journey.
That was a good. That was like
Damon's journey is that's what Damon's doing. Damon's pretty much going and having his ayahuasca.
tripping out on fucking
I didn't
hell
do that. I'm just saying that's pretty much what it is. He's having his trip. He's having his experience.
God forgive me, the guy that plays Damon, he's got the
Matt
deepest
Smith.
fucking eyebrow fucking lines in his forehead I've ever seen on it. He looks like the fucking brow from Dick Tracy. Yeah, like it's so distracting in every
Big boy
scene.
did
That's
it.
all I can
Big
look
boy
at.
did it. Big boy did it.
Oh, that's Mumbles.
Face has got him
boy did it.
fucking far. You know?
No, the
He's
brow
the
is the
he's
one
the
with the red.
perfect guy for Damon. And honestly, I love like the armor that they're doing. It's like Elven style. You know, like his fucking helmet and shit.
Yeah, you saw that statue I sent you? It's him in his full
Matt
outfit.
Smith talks kind of like this.
He's got this very weird like
Damn it.
higher.
Joe said he's rolling laughing after we said, and there's a comment in there that says one clap for Jaharis.
What clap for
Shit.
Oh my God, Jesus Christ.
If you know, you know, and knowing is half the
coming
battle.
out.
Yeah. God.
We got a lot of comments. If we can
Yeah,
go
I'm
ahead and
trying to
just
catch-
recognize our comment section tonight.
EQ is recognizing the coughing fits of the GTA Valet.
Oh, one clap for the GTA Valet.
One cough for the GTA Valet.
One clap for the golden jet.
other side.
When you reach the other side.
Help!
No,
Kill
fucking House of the Dragons is nuts. Fucking Hugh the Hammer, when he claims fucking Vermithor, you can't tell me that wasn't some fucking dope ass shit. Come on. He fucking. You had fucking echoes
can I
off
ask,
of the
is
fucking
his
caverns.
daughter dead?
Yeah, he said to his
died.
lady, he was like, you know, I couldn't save her daughter or whatever the fuck. I can't do his voice.
Okay, that's
The daughter died. He said I could. They didn't show her die. It was just, you know, they showed obviously she was sick.
Yeah.
But she, every time that woman fucking, I don't know, I guess it's his wife or his woman, I don't know. But every time, she's always, Tumbleton. Something's going to happen in Tumbleton, I'm telling you. She keeps saying, we can go to Tumbletown. Tumbleton. All right,
Gonna get
so I
burned.
said it here, Tumbleton.
I love that.
All right? It's not what I said, it's how I said it. Remember, Tumbleton, something's going to happen at fucking Tumbleton. He said the sound of Vermithor was sick. Vermithor was fucking just killing. That was like unfettered. It's funny too because the first guy that walks up, Little Joe was with me. One clap for Little Joe. Two claps this time.
You didn't say Simon Says?
Yeah. We didn't say Simon Says. Fuck. Well, and what was the other one? So what's interesting is, think of it this way. You guys, your eyes glazed over when I told you about Hugh Hammer and how his mother was a Targaryen whore. Right?
Mother was a whore.
Here's the ironic part of it. So Jaehaerys cast out his daughter Sarah, who becomes a whore, who births Hugh the Hammer, who claims Jaehaerys' dragon, which is just ironic, you know, like that he fucking.
One
you
more
know,
clap
it
for
all comes-
Jahante.
Jaehaerys. Fucking kill him.
Tyrion.
Tyrion.
The deal.
And then the other one's Silverwing. Silverwing was Jaehaerys' wife, the good Queen Alysanne's dragon. And Ulf claiming it was fucking awesome. I don't know. I thought that was cool. He just like stumbles into it and like it smells him.
Oh, and then he's like, I thought he was dead when he stepped on the fucking egg.
Eggs, yeah.
I was like, shit, he just killed the
Somebody,
babies.
you know what?
That's it.
One theory fan said that it tricked the dragon. Thought it was one of the eggs hatching, and he came out of it.
Oh.
That was like one fucking stupid thing someone said. No, well, he explained where he's related. He's technically would be Daemon's half brother, according to him. If his father was Balon the Brave, that's Viserys and Daemon's father. And then the first guy that goes up to it though, with the fucking smushed face. I was watching with Little
you knew
Joe.
that guy was going
I
down.
was dying. That guy's Silver Dennis. He was in the books too. Like
He
a
looked
thoroughly-
like fucking Sloth in the Goonies. It's like,
Hey, you guys.
I saw that shit. I started crying immediately. I was like, this guy is like,
this guy ain't making
it's just fucking wrecked. His face was just wrecked from like a lifetime of who
book
knows
accurate
what.
Tyrion, you know?
Yeah. If you think about it though, because Jaehaerys was complaining to his mom, he's like, if you make them dragon riders, you're taking away like all of my legitimacy, right? But if you think about it, Rhaenyra wiped out several fucking potential Targaryen contenders.
Oh yeah, they're all gone.
Most
now,
of them
yeah.
are dead, so it's
It
not.
served two purposes now.
Yeah, they kind of cleansed the bloodline, as they would say.
Just
Guys, we're
thinking-
going to cleanse the bloodline today. We want everybody to line up, and you're all going to just do a nice little cut
Just
in your
make sure you
palm.
take your belongings because we'll be cleaning out.
We're going to do a pagan
If I could
ritual.
just piggyback on Bloodline real quick, I know we'll follow up with this later right after the upload. If you guys were watching tonight's SmackDown, the Bloodline did capture the World Wrestling Entertainment Tag Team Championships.
I saw that. Yes, the bloodline. 2 claps to the bloodline. They are now tag team champions.
Jacob Fatu, Tamatanga.
And then Phil Dunphy mentioned, he said, wait, is there a wild dragon still at play in the Vale, or do we know what that dragon is? So that dragon would be Sheep Stealer, because there's 2 wild dragons. There's actually 2. I don't know if they're going to cut it out, because they are starting to remove some stuff. I don't want to spoil anything. But there are wild dragons out there. There's 2 of them in the books, maybe one in the show. Sheep Stealer, which isn't in the Vale isn't in the Vale in the books, but there's a totally different girl named Nettles that claims that dragon. But apparently they are not putting Nettles in the show. They're removing her, and they might be combining her with somebody else. I don't know.
Clearly the princess.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like that's the theory right now. It seems like that's what they're kind of doing. But
They're established characters. You'd want to.
yeah, but she does become way later on, somewhat important in history. So I don't know. I don't know how it's going to affect things, but that is definitely another one of them. And the other thing I wanted to discuss is how the fuck Alan is able to actually ride the dragon, because if his father is Corlys does not have Targaryen blood, so he should not be able to ride a dragon.
Maybe his mother.
Who was the? Yes, who did he sleep with at the whorehouse?
If his mother was a Targaryen, but what other Targaryen woman would Corlys Velaryon have fucked? If not,
I love that.
If not his wife, who was already a Targaryen woman, who would it be?
But they're the
I
blood of
think-
old did Valyrians ride dragons back?
Only Targaryens. Well, not only lots of Valyrians did, but the Valerians, Corlys and his family,
Right.
they were never of the sea. They were they were never of the sky. They were of the sea. They never rode dragons. They are closely related to the Targaryens.
Right.
Aegon the Conqueror's mother, I think, was a Valerian, and they also mixed with the family, I think, in the 2nd or 3rd generation as well. So
It's like the bloodline. It's
I
pretty much
think the
bloodline.
reason why Alan was able to ride that
Alan
dragon,
Fatu over here,
I think it reminds him of Laenor, because they have the same father, and Laenor never actually died. He just left, at least in the show. And I don't know, maybe what's his dragon? Sea Smoke?
Yeah.
Maybe Sea Smoke kind of just feels a familiarity with him enough that it wants, it chose him. I don't know.
And it's sea smoke, so it fits that the sea guy gets it.
That is also, that's what's fucking cool about it, is it's the sea snake's fucking family,
Yeah.
So definitely some interesting things in store in this next episode.
Finale.
I predict some naval combat.
Prediction.
Pain.
Yeah, there's gonna be some naval combat. That's my prediction.
Hey, woman.
Say that.
Hey, woman.
Vin, did you have any thoughts? Closing thoughts? Just really quick. You gotta wrap
if
it up.
it's-
You only have 30 seconds.
It should
Make
be
it as quick as you
should
possibly
be-
can.
It should be 10 episodes. It should be 10. Because I'll be sad when it's gone. Because then, no more like special Sundays for enjoying entertainment with friends and family.
Chickens.
Can't wait till football takes over Sundays every Sunday for the next till the end of the year. And, can't wait.
Guys, I'd like to thank you for attending the upload today. If we can just go ahead and wrap us up by saying one clap for the Break Room Podcast. Guys, we do have a couple of comments in the section still. If you'd like to go ahead and read some of our feedback from our viewers tonight, Christopher.
So, Philip says maybe Alan and Hugh are half brothers. I don't think so, but maybe.
Philip, you.
Maybe. It's not no. It's maybe. It's not no.
It's definitely not no.
A lot of our viewers tonight are asking for our predictions for tomorrow night's SummerSlam extravaganza.
SummerSlam.
If we want to go ahead and close out with that.
Roman Reigns comes out and screws Solo and
On?
gets, and then that sets up Roman and Solo to fight. Cody remains champion. Maybe Randy Orton feuds with Cody next after this. They just switch Cody off of that because now the bloodline's going to be tied up with itself, which is good. It's self-contained explosion or implosion. You can highlight all of those guys. You have fucking plenty on the bone for months and months and months until you open it up with other people and other factions. But I feel like Bloodline needs to fight amongst itself. That'll be cool. Cody, maybe Orton. I kind of like what they're doing. I mean, fucking Drew and fucking who is it?
Punk.
Drew and Punk, and Seth is now the special guest referee. So who knows what's gonna happen there? I don't really know. They're not fighting for a title. They're just like fighting against each
CM
other. Right?
Punk's first match back since his injury and his first singles match back in WWE period in 10 years.
No,
Oh, he wrestled at the Garden.
I watched. Yeah, I saw him fight
Well,
Dominic Mysterio.
pay-per-view match.
It wasn't. I don't think
Live
it was on TV.
PLE. Excuse me, Christopher.
It was a house show. It wasn't even on TV.
Well, this is a
Freaks
live
around
PLE
the
tomorrow
house.
at SummerSlam.
I got the shirt that says CM Punk's first match back.
Nice.
It's worth a lot. I actually looked it up. I could sell it for like $200.
If I could piggyback off of that, Christopher, I'd like to go ahead and follow up and say that I would love to see at some point, I don't know if it's a prediction or if it's a spoiler, but
Viscera?
I would like to see Paul Heyman come out and re-emerge as Paul E. Dangerously, and if he reforms
Paul
E.
Dangerously.
the Dangerous Alliance, starring Brock Lesnar, CM Punk, Roman Reigns, and Braun Breaker.
Imagine Braun versus Brock.
That'd be nuts.
Like they, if
You
first
gotta put them in.
if
a,
they're
in a
all
faction
together and then
first.
they bump heads and
bump
fucking
heads.
Brock's like fuck this guy,
Give 'em
Braun
Dangerous
versus Brock
Alliance.
versus Braun.
I called it Dangerous Alliance.
Braun Strowman, throw him in there.
Braun Strowman.
And then what's the other guy's name? Bronson Reed.
Brunson.
Yeah, Braun, Brock, Bronson, and Braun.
It's kind of funny how you think like in wrestling, there's a Solo, there's a Vader, there's a Luke. Ain't that a coincidence? Quasimodo predicted all of this.
Who's Luke?
Luke and Butch the Bushwhackers.
Who's Luke?
What do you mean, Luke and Butch
Luke
the
Harper.
Bushwhackers? Luke Harper
Luke Harper.
and Luke the Bushwhacker.
Yeah,
I guess that's
there's a couple of Lukes.
yeah.
Well, now that everybody decided to, thank you for joining us at the.
Thank you.
Special
Here is the
circle.
church. Here is the people. What is it? Wait. Here is the church. Here is the steeple. Open the doors. Here's all the people.
Team.
Just getting abused over
There's
here.
the little chickens. What did you guys think about Shane McMahon meeting Tony Khan? That's actually interesting.
Is that true? Is that wasn't
They snapped a picture. Shane looks like fucking goddamn. Why are you fucking taking a picture? Apparently Mercedes Moné took the picture. I don't
Well,
know.
the name on the contract does say McMahon, but it reads Shane McMahon.
Hey, I've lavished praise on Shane plenty of times on this show.
He's
I
definitely
think
put his body
he's
on the line
underrated.
over the years.
Yeah, he's definitely underrated. I was entertained by anything Shane ever did. When there
Until
was
he pulled his quad or
that was
bad.
tragic.
Pulled
that
a
was
Kevin
tragic.
Nash.
That was real bad.
Absolutely tragic. And Snoop Dogg. But you know what? That's the amazing thing about wrestling is because Snoop Dogg saved WrestleMania.
One clap for Snoop Dogg. I'd like to recognize Snoop Dogg for dealing with ambiguity.
It's
lot
true.
of
He should put
ambiguity.
that Lominger competency down. Lominger, not Lominger.
Lominger.
Oh. The competencies.
You read it?
Ming.
Ming Tootie.
He did have a drive for results that day. Do you not agree?
Yes.
That's a review of the module.
You should journal that.
Stare
Make
at the
sure.
screen for the next 12 hours.
Start a journal.
Go ahead and email me once you complete that. I'll look over it for
Read
you.
the article on
And then we can
salutations.
connect on it. You can provide me feedback.
Did you apply?
Dungeon says somebody said Shane McMahon leaning over the chair, standing up over Tony Khan was like a power move. Probably.
Sure.
I mean, it's always body language and shit. I mean, Tony Khan
Looks
is
like a
not
little
like
kid.
he's like you see like when he's sitting there, he's like
He's
you
Steve
know,
Rubel.
he's got like
Tony
the-
Khan is Steve Rubel.
You know, you ever see him? There's like a video compilation of him stomping his feet.
Hey.
He's like stomping his
So,
foot
Chris,
like a little
would you
child.
agree that Shane McMahon was on the other side of the table?
When you reach the other side, do you believe love is the only way? then you're a fool who deserves to die or something?
Lives to
Lives to die.
Jesse the
All right,
body.
Rob, I know a song that'll cheer you up.
Help.
I was a highwayman.
Along the
I'm not
coach
singing it
roads
again.
I did ride.
We sang it like
Oh,
4
come
times
on.
outside. Come on.
Sword and pistol by my
Wasn't
side.
if a song is sung and it's not recorded, was it really ever sung at all?
Help.
It was not heard
If this,
by
if the,
8 people.
if the outcries of millions of children, I can't do it. Millions of children.
Suddenly silence.
Suddenly.
SummerSlam. All right, I don't know what Joe's saying. There's SummerSlam predictions. We have some fucking comments here. I'm trying to read them.
CM
Game
Punk.
Informer has closed
yeah.
down, gentlemen.
Shocker.
Fucking hold
Color
on.
me shocked.
3 claps for Game Informer. And we're gonna play what's that song they play? Fucking Taps. We're gonna play Taps. It's fuck that. Hey, I used to love skimming through a Game Informer.
The physical world is dying, and it's a terrible thing. But how many people here had subscriptions to Game Informer?
Oh, dude.
Let's go around the table
Way to
and
make the Millers
who
plays.
was subscribed to Game Informer, and when did you cancel?
Oh man, I canceled way before the pandemic ended. Or started.
Would you like to redeem? Would you like to renew your game? Your what the
Would
hell?
you like to inform?
Would you
your
like to renew your GameStop card?
GameStop card and get
GameStop card, you get
20%
a
increase
20%.
in
That was the only
trade-in?
reason I had that fucking
10% on
membership.
trade-in, and you get 10%
Qualify,
on
and then you
trade-in.
get a Game Informer.
You get
magazine
Game
every
Informer
month.
digitally or physical. You want the physical? You really want the physical?
really want the
the
physical? You
digital.
gonna fight
You want
me
the
for the
digital.
physical?
If you trade in Madden this year, we'll go ahead and give you 35 cents.
It's like, have you
Oh,
guys? Has
shit.
anybody? Hold on. Let me
Worthless
cut the.
fucking-
Have any of you walked into like a Spencer's recently?
No.
Oh my
I've been
god.
to a
Why?
mall. and-
Dildos?
No, not even that.
I popped them.
There you go. Grumpy Rob, finally. No, you go in there and like, do you like tap out? Do you want tap out shirts? Tap out shirts are 2 for
tap
20.
out.
It's like, bro, I don't want you
Whoa,
tap out
get away
shirts.
from me. Let's tap out.
When the
Stop
fight
it.
I'm
about
tapping
it.
it. You wanna fight that? Don't get me wrong.
I can think it is a fight at the boy, but somebody there is going to win, I think. You win this time. He always wins.
I want to. I wish I could make a movie and just cast Rob as like
Fucking
an Eastern
Sabola.
European like fucking like mechanic.
Boss
like
Nass.
shop owner.
Boss Nass.
That's pretty much Waldo, but in his human form, just
My God.
talking like that all
Watto.
day. Waldo.
Waldo. Where's Waldo? Help.
Saboba's going to win, I think.
Somebody there is going to win, I think.
Fucking Christ.
Blue
Well, hey,
the
we
boy,
fucking got to 6,000
red
subscribers.
his
Oh, yeah.
mother.
One clap for 6,000 subscribers.
Hey!
6,000 claps. 6,000 moments of silence.
6,000
Hey,
YouTube subs.
we
We'd like to
appreciate
go
it,
ahead and
guys.
recognize that our stock is up 6,000%.
It's up
Percent.
6,008%.
It's true.
It's nice. It's nice.
Mm.
Two
Gonna
claps
be-
for Xbox Magazine.
Is that dead yet, or is that still around?
This is the
Xbox
best.
magazine was
So
really good.
I
'cause
miss
you
the
always got a
official
demo
PlayStation
and-
magazine with
That
the
was
demo
good, too.
discs.
Splinter
Come on.
Cell demo disc.
Oh, God.
Ugh.
Well, the
that up.
PlayStation magazine gave you the Metal Gear Solid 2 demo, which was,
I might have that over there in that binder.
The only good part of the game, apparently.
I actually appeared in EGM, Electronic Gaming Monthly, multiple times because I was one of their moderators in the late 1990s.
oh shit!
You know what's really funny?
That's a fun fact for you, Vincent.
I just saw a
Thank you
video
for
of
your fun
Steve
fact.
Wozniak talking about how he had
Really?
like the high score on fucking Tetris for like years, and he used to like write in and like you have to take pictures of your high score on your Game Boy and submit them to Nintendo Power. And like he did
Another
it for
great-
so long
another
that they
great
basically
promotion.
said we don't want to like publish you anymore because
Power's the
like
first.
you know you keep winning and we want to give other people a chance to like get the high score.
Like
so
you're-
he actually
you
started
can't play
submitting.
Tetris anymore.
You're kind of a
You're not allowed
genius.
to play Tetris
So
anymore.
he started submitting
you're
his name
genetically
backwards
enhanced.
and change the city. he
Let's
was
go ahead
from.
and go around the room if we could connect and huddle up real quick. If we could just do like a
huddle.
midday
Midday?
huddle. Yeah, let's do the midday huddle.
Mid episode huddle.
Yeah, mid episode huddle. If we could
I was
just
interrupted
connect.
and I don't feel seen.
Yeah, if we could connect and give us our recognition and position for our favorite video game magazine of all time. Rob, what say you?
Official PlayStation magazine with the demo disc, and then followed by Nintendo Power. Those are my top two.
When you say the demo disc, are you talking about the PlayStation 1 demo disc?
And then
with
ultimately
Tonga?
PlayStation 2, and then PlayStation 3 until it
Spyro
ended.
the Dragon demo disc. That
One of them had like like the guy with the pink hair.
So calm.
I have a whole binder from issue
it.
14
I was
on
playing Halo.
until it ended.
I missed his. I
So
missed SOCOM.
if it's within that point, then I have it. I didn't have like the first year of it, but like
Chris,
maybe
if
the
we can
second.
go ahead and get your feedback on the greatest video game magazine of all time.
Well, I'm gonna see your question, and I'm actually gonna multitask another question into it.
I love that.
I'm gonna answer your question
You're
with
gonna
another
group shot
question
this?
because I can't actually
group
answer
shopping
any of
the-
your questions with an answer. So I'm gonna just ask you more questions. But
We're role playing.
we're gonna role play a scenario here where you're going to the
Role play
mall.
group shop
You're gonna role play here. Okay, here. Picture the scene. I want you to close your eyes.
together.
Close your eyes. I see your eyes are still open. Everybody, close your eyes. I'm not gonna close my eyes, but you have to close your eyes. Okay. And you're going to the mall, and the year is 2002. Okay. Hear me out. There's more. And you get to walk around the entire mall, and you have 4 stores. You have Funkoland. You have Software, etc. What are the other ones?
KB Toys.
KB Toys. They kind of sold video games, I guess.
Toys
the
R Us.
beginning.
No, but
Super
I'm talking about
Super
video game
Nintendo.
stores. You used to have back in the
Super
day. You had
Nintendo.
Funkoland. You had
Electronics Boutique.
Software, etc.
Comp USA.
Electronics Boutique, maybe.
The Wiz.
Was that one of them? I think Electronics Boutique was at one of the malls.
Funkoland, you said.
Like Funkoland, I said. You had was Play and Trade around back then?
Oh, KB Toys, man.
There was
Maybe
another
it
one.
was
We're missing
3.
one. Somebody tell us in the
Well, it was
comments.
Comp USA.
Suncoast.
You can always go to
Suncoast
PC
sells video
Richards,
games.
too. Sam Goody. Oh, there you go. Eric, Sam Goody is a good one.
Sam Goody didn't sell video
was
games.
music.
They
That
sold
was all
music,
music.
but I mean,
That
dude,
was-
going into Sam Goody and pouring through those fucking CDs and the posters.
EB Games. but
You
that
go
was
and you look
just
at the posters
Electronics
of the fucking
Boutique, but
chicks.
before.
Software, etc.
I
EB
still need to
Games.
get-
EB
am
Games.
am I
EB
cheating by
Games.
have my eyes open?
That was it. EB Games.
Oh,
That's
okay.
what I was
I-
fucking
I worked
looking
at
at.
it. I worked at an
Boutique
EB
became-
Games.
Electronics Boutique became EB Games.
I remember that was
it.
like the hardest job to get, actually.
They had the best fucking games, EB Games, and then it all just merged into GameStop.
GameStop.
And here's the connection:
Here's GameStop.
GameStop and Game Informer. There's some kind of weird connection there. Game Informer's dead.
I love that.
Make it make sense.
Full circle.
It comes all full circle. But that was the experience whenever you went into GameStop. I don't know what it'll be now. Do you want to renew your membership? Do you get a free? You get an issue with Game Informer. Like,
So
what
if we
is-
could
what's
circle back
what's
to the initial question.
What's the benefit to
And
the
the
customer?
rewards
The way-
expire, too.
The way things are going, I am concerned. I must voice my concern about the lack
We don't want to
of
hear that. We don't want to.
physical. I know that
You'll have to submit that into Heartbeat.
Yeah. We want to check your pulse first before we take your opinion.
We're just going to have a round table tomorrow and connect.
Okay.
The Knights of the Round Table will assemble, and we will decide who
So
will be
if
purged.
physical is dead and then the internet breaks, say goodbye everything you love.
I still have my audiobooks for a little while.
The internet broke. They broke like the internet by updating like a bunch of computers, and like you couldn't fly on airplanes. So just imagine how easily everything
Apple
else.
That
Seal
was
still
Y2K. That was like a beta version of Y2K that like fucking
Oops.
low key happened, and a lot of people don't even know about it.
Listen, I know we don't want to talk about
Billions
it,
of
but
dollars.
what are we doing about that as a group? How are we helping that?
Yeah, what?
Have you done?
Physical
Why aren't we
media.
stopping
Why
it?
aren't we helping it?
Yeah, why aren't we stopping it from happening?
Anyway, how can we?
They're
stop?
getting sprayed with fire
Physical.
hoses. We gotta help.
We're off the rails.
What's happening?
FYE was another one. There you go. Fucking
FYE
Eric's
on
on
the
fire
table?
right now.
Yeah.
FYE was
FYE
definitely-
was
It's still around, though, FYE.
They didn't really do games
What was the
either,
other one
though.
before FYE?
They didn't do
There was
games.
another version of that. It was Sam Goody, FYE.
There was another one at the mall.
Occupied like a lot of the mall. Yeah.
Something City, Hollywood. No. Fuck.
Circuit City?
Hollywood Video.
Fuck Hollywood.
That was different.
Was it
Circuit
that? No.
City?
It's isn't there
Popcorn.
one still at Smith Haven?
I don't know.
What the fuck is the
What?
name of that
Where?
one store you can go into?
FYE.
FYE. Fuck.
That
What
is
was the
FYE.
other one? There was another one there. That's where the comic. I think. That's where
Oh,
the
you're talking about Newberry?
It's where Newberry is now, but back in the day there was something else over there. There was another game, media store.
I missed Suncoast Video. I missed the fucking Warner Brothers store.
Suncoast. You're getting closer to what I'm thinking about.
Warner Brothers store was cool.
Yeah.
Disney store
I mean,
was
think
awesome.
about it. All that shit's gone. Fucking Blockbuster. You know, this was just one.
Mall's dead.
Nobody beats the Wiz.
I mean, I don't know. You
Well,
still
we got our
you still
DVD
see
player.
GameStop get foot traffic though.
Circuit City.
Circuit City.
I said that before.
PC Richards, man. I swear to God.
PC Richards. That's where you got your
Best deal.
appliances.
Best deal on a TV.
There's open
You go to
box.
PC Richards. There's leaks in the ceiling.
I just
There's
wanna
there's
say-
fucking wet stains on the rug.
You get the floor model.
One clap for Best Buy.
That's all they're gonna actually.
They don't even
that's all
sell
they're gonna get
CDs
from me.
anymore. Isn't that crazy? I think they might stop selling like Blu-rays after a while. I don't know.
So what the fuck are they
You
gonna
better
sell?
get your.
They got the
I
fucking-
need to get like some key movies. I need Goodfellas. I need Casino. I need like all the key.
I have all
a
that
few
shit.
things. I have Batman animated series on Blu-ray, but
have that.
I need to get. I need to make sure.
I got the full Turtles.
Actually, I
run.
need an offline Blu-ray player that I actually like need. That's the thing that.
Just in case.
God forbid. God forbid.
God forbid. Well, you know, my 2C is still going to work after all the internet goes. You know.
Listen, man, everything
Still
goes.
be able to play
Apple
Oregon
2C
Trail.
from 1982.
84.
I'd like to recognize you, Rob, for staying in the ecosystem all these years.
You've stayed.
Nice.
Thank you.
It's an original computer desk, too. I've been doing a lot of cleaning around my house and reorganizing because things have just been cluttered for like ever. And I finally had the motivation and the time to work on it. And I'm happy to say that I've made a lot of strides and cleaned all my collectibles and reorganized all that stuff. I finally put that light strip in my bookshelf, which is something I've been putting off for years because I was just kind of intimidated on how am I going to, you know, rig it all up. And I'm not really good with that kind of stuff. But, you know, it's just like a kind of almost like a game of Tetris.
Robert, if you can go ahead and tell the audience your overall journey in the month of August. Where are you going to be and what kind of appearances are you going to have and who are you going to meet this month, Rob?
Well, I just did Toasted Tuesdays over at the Blue Point Brewery. That was a lot of fun. Like I said, I just went to that Italian feast in Massapequa, which is still running till Sunday. I don't know if I'm going to be able to go back to that this weekend, but I'm going to be working Long Island Tropicon on the 17th and 18th. But the 17th is going to be a really insane day for me because I'm actually going to be heading to the Jacob Javits Center in the morning to go get my Winged Eagle and Wrestling Buddy signed by Hulk Hogan.
Brother.
Because he's going to be at the Fanatics Fest event.
Brother.
And then I've got to shoot back to Long Island to do the convention over in Long Island Tropicon. And a friend of the show, Matt Hill, will be there. So see him again. If you don't remember who he is, he was our first celebrity guest on the show. He's
One
the
clap
voice
for
of-
Matt Hill.
He's the voice of Ed from Ed, Edd and Eddie. And then another very good friend of mine in the voice acting world, Stephanie Nadolny, who's the voice of Kid Goku and Kid Gohan from Dragon Ball Z, will also be there. So we'll definitely get some good videos with her. As far as the rest of August, I don't have a whole lot planned this month. I was hoping to maybe get some more appearances, but it's, you know, not in the cards this month, so maybe I'll work on
Have you
September.
pre-ordered your, go ahead and tell us if you've pre-ordered or received your tickets for New York Comic Con this year, and what makes it the anniversary this year? Like, how many appearances will this make for you at New York Comic Con?
This will be my 12th as Peter Griffin. It'll be my 12th year. I think it's going to be my 12th appearance, period, because I skipped 1 year in all the years that I've done Peter Griffin, New York Comic Con, because I had two friends, Gruffy, who was just on the show, Eric, our friend, and other friend of our show, Joe Aprano, actually got married the same weekend. I think Joe got married on Sunday, and I think Eric got married on Friday or something like that. It was like two weddings in the same weekend, and they were both New York Comic Con weekend. I think that was in 2017. So
Sheesh.
I ended up missing Comic Con that year, but I did go in 2008 with my brother before I started cosplaying. So 12 years of Comic Con technically for me, and 12 years of Peter Griffin, which is insane to me. People grown up watching me now, which is kind of meta to me. It's like people come up to me and they're like, oh, I was a little kid when I watched you, and they're like an adult talking to me. I'm like, Jesus Christ, what's going on? And
I'm old.
Yeah, it's been quite the ride. I've gotten to meet a whole lot of cool people, and I was just telling you, I got to meet Optimus Prime at that convention in New Jersey, and he was really
Peter
cool.
Cola.
And, Ray Park stopped a whole line of people to say hello to me.
wow.
Yeah.
Darth Maul, come on.
Maul.
That's a big deal.
He's the homie.
That's a big deal.
But yeah, it's I it's funny because Sunday of New York Comic Con this year is actually my birthday. They actually have it that late in the month. So it's usually around Columbus weekend. But
And not be Columbus up there.
But not be Columbus up there. Oh, my God. But yeah, I'm going to try to get some more stuff going for September. Kind of have like an open September right now. I might have to reach out to those guys. They said they wanted me to come to some kind of comedy thing in Florida, in Orlando. So we'll see if we can make that happen. But other than that, Comic-Con, like I said, is coming up in October. And I don't really have any plans after that. They're going to be opening Planet Nug, I think, in August. So I'll be doing the grand opening of that dispensary. So that'll be another little gig. And, yeah.
We'd really like to thank the audience tonight for joining our nightly upload. Rob, if you can go ahead and go home, Yoko.
This has been the Break Room Podcast. This has been a interesting therapy session for my co-stars this week. We kind of changed the language that we use on the
broader
show this
audience
week and the cadence.
So people
We
are
role
comfortable.
played.
We role-played.
Role-played.
Role-playing.
We connected.
Everyone's comfortable out there.
And when you
it's a safe
connect,
space.
you reach the other side.
We documented the connecting.
reach the other side.
Guys, this has been the Break Room Podcast. Thank you so much for tuning in, and thank you doubly for helping us reach 6,000.
Yeah.
It's over 6,000! And, keep hitting those subscribe buttons. Keep sharing it with your friends and family. We'd really like to take this into the stratosphere.
Cream of the crop.
I had to mention it because of the shirt. I made no mention of the cream of the crop shirt this whole episode.
top, yeah.
Cream of the crop. Ooh, yeah. Nobody does it better.
Dig it.
On balance, off balance. Doesn't matter. I'm better than you are.
Thank you so much for tuning in. Hit that subscribe button. This has been the Break Room Podcast. Snoochie Boochies, and may the Force be with you.
3, 2, 1.
Oh, Joe!
Titus O'Neil.
Fucking table and the computer just shook. That is, no one was mad that you cut the whole. You go anywhere.
Do I do with that? Yeah, and the Macho Madness and the Hulkamania.
On top of that, you're the best wrestler of all time. So I absolutely adore you.
For being the cream of the crop, yeah.
Let's go!
Fucking idiot. You have no idea what you're fucking talking about. God. They were saying Sony apparently said that the PlayStation 5. You suckers! Is that the end of it? Or
Every pixel of a game engine into the face.
Can't say
That Dallas.
what did when that's like part of my Christmas